Good evening, Nigerians, and welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. My name is Sharon Enemchuku. Joining me in the studio, I have with me our new face and political analyst in person of Ms. Chiamaka in the building. Welcome, Ma. Nice to have you here. And, of course, the usual, but the ever-beautiful, resplendent Ifeoma Oji. Because if I don't introduce you well now, I have to do it again, as usual.
You have to.
I know that.
Good evening, Sharon.
How are you doing?
Ever-beautiful, Sharon. Come on, you're always looking good every single time.
Stop
you
it.
nail it.
Stop it. Joining us via Zoom, as always, is our legal practitioner and political analyst in person of Mr. Maxwell Okoma. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
Good evening. It's Friday.
Yes.
The
The energy has to be different.
Are you there, Mr. Maxwell?
Happy weekend to you guys.
All right.
Same to you. Same to you.
All right,
Same to
going
you.
straight to the stories that we have for today. In 6 days, Sim Fubara is expected to return. But the question on everyone's lips is, what is he really returning to? Governor or figurehead? With Iba's legacy still fresh and unresolved tensions in the Rivers political structure, the state is clearly at a crossroads. Meanwhile, over in Anambra State, the state government is planning a second airport and a massive industrial park. But with the state's many unresolved infrastructure and economic issues, some say it's nothing but a white elephant that is a vanity project in disguise. We are going to start first off with Rivers State and the expected return of the prodigal governor in person of Governor Sim Fubara that is expecting to return in 6 days' time. And now we are asking the question, is he returning as a governor in the real sense, or a puppet of the political system, Ifeoma?
I feel it's he's returning as a puppet.
Anyway.
Because, like, yeah, I said it in one of our shows that, I mean, they've leveled this man into a ceremonial governor, just mere governor.
Figurehead.
Yes, just the title, that's what he carries wherever he goes to. Because, I mean, from the 6-month suspension to him being replaced by, remind me of the man, the naval,
former chief of staff.
Of staff. So it is by one particular man. We'll talk about Wiki every single time, by the same man. And these things, let me just provide maybe little background of how everything started. I think this Sim Fubara and Wiki, they've been having back and forth some conflicts within them, and it kind of halted a lot of projects. I mean, there was development were halted. A lot of things that were supposed to be put in place in the state was actually halted. So because of that, the president came on board and declared state of emergency, which most persons actually viewed it as unnecessary, because I believe there are other places yes, that the president can actually come in. But it looks as if maybe I mean, Wiki has this powerful influence on the president, that the president had to abruptly declare state of emergency in the Rivers State. And then the suspension happened, his replacement, and how the new his what is it called, what do they call it, the man he put in position to replace Sim Fubara has actually been, approving humongous projects and the rest of them, buying gunboats and the rest of them. And people were actually talking about how the man was, mismanaging the state's fund. So then the return of the almighty ceremonial governor, just like you called it, the prodigal son.
Governor.
Yes, I said he's returning as the puppet, because even the election that was conducted was, people have a lot of reservations, you understand, from that election. People are saying that they already planned and fixed the whole thing. So it's not like it was, there was nothing like democracy on that day of, election. So this man returning Abuja has already, taken power.
Alright.
They have their loyalists, in that state already. So this guy is just coming in as a puppet. Exactly.
So Ifoma has said that Fubara is coming in as a puppet. Now let's go over to you, Ms. Tiamaka. Do you think that Iba's influence has faded, or is he still ruling from the background?
Oh no, his influence has not faded for one bit, because he's the one that just put those people that are in the local government and so many.
They've removed a lot of them. Are you aware?
Oh wow.
Yes, they've replaced a lot of them.
You can imagine.
They've replaced a lot of them.
So you're saying now that he's still ruling from the shadows.
Yes,
all right. Okay. Now to you, Mr. Maxwell. With everything that Ifoma has said, can you give us just more clarity about what has really changed in Rivers State politics since Fubara's absence?
Well, a lot has changed, I must say. If we are talking about the things that have changed, a whole lot has changed.
Yeah.
First of all, it is a shame that at this point in time in our democracy, we are talking about the suspension of an executive arm of government, and not just the executive, a suspension of also the legislative arm of government, which has been provided for under the Constitution, under Section 4.5 of the 1999 Constitution. It is a shame to what we call the democracy we are practicing that we returned to in 1999. Now, this is some thought process of Chidi, but this is not the first time. Of course, you must recall that this suspension has happened. I think this is the third occasion that it is happening. But it doesn't matter who has done it in the past. It doesn't make it legal. This was an illegal suspension to begin with. So to talk about what has changed, like his name suggests, SIM. I think that this is a SIM that has become useless without the phone. So we don't have any phone to insert the SIM card anymore, because Bola Tinubu appointed the Vice Admiral Ibas to oversee the affairs of Rivers State. Recall that there was a court judgment which said that the revenue of the state should not be given to Governor Singh Fubara, as he was, or I don't know if he's still the governor of the state, due to the suspension. Now, after that judgment, the federal allocation was suspended, funds were suspended. Now, they used to receive about over 20, is it 20 billion or 20 million? I'm not so sure now. Now, also, we talk about the budget, the state budget. Before Sim Fubara was suspended, they had a budget of about 1.1 trillion. And after Ibas was sent to Rivers State, he represented a budget of about 1.8 trillion to the National Assembly, not to the State House of Assembly. Now, there are a lot of questions as to what has these funds been used for.
Exactly.
There are a lot of questions as to how democracy has fared within this time frame, because I don't think there have been any. I've never seen in my life where in a democratic setting, a military or a person of military background is organizing elections to democratic offices. We saw the elections that took place for the 23 local government chairman offices in Rivers State, and how the APC was able to sweep about 20 of those seats. These were not elections, they were not free, they were not fair, neither were they credible. So if you're asking me about what has changed, a whole lot has changed in Rivers State. Rivers State people have been shortchanged of the dividends of democracy. They've not gotten the benefits of infrastructure, of healthcare. Go to Rivers State, there's practically no projects going on. How many can you point to? If there was any, it was those that were possibly started by Sim Fubara. And you see, when two arms go into a war, as we have seen in the case of Rivers State between Fubara and the legislative arm, the national executive, the presidency, must be careful as to how it meddle into it, because we have a court that has been, put in place, Section 6 of the Constitution, to stick to these issues and resolve them. So if the court is already trying to do its job, I don't know why the executive, the national executive or federal executive will interfere in this manner by suspending these arms of government. So a whole lot has changed. And I do hope that the Rivers people, which are the major interests in all of this, will get the dividends of, or the benefit of what they should get.
All right, thank you, Mr. Maxwell. You've answered the question in a way. I wanted to ask Ms. Chiamaka, whether you think the presidency has played a neutral role in this whole River State power struggle, or maybe they further fueled the need to continue that power struggle?
Okay, the federal government did not play a neutral role. They further fueled the power struggle in River State, because you have an executive power, you don't abuse it. So the impeachment of the suspension of Fubara it came as a shocker to some persons, because why would they invade a state like that, like because of maybe a report or something that has been circulating and all that? So it does not really make sense. And again, we have constitutions. Why don't we use our constitutions when doing something? There are ways, even if Fubara faulted, there are ways to go about it constitutionally. There are ways to go about it. There are ways to fault him and ways to charge him of an offense if he has committed one. So why abuse executive power? I ask
exactly again. Why abuse executive powers in the first place when we are practicing democracy as a nation? Now, I wanted to ask, can River State residents, the people of River State, can they expect real governance now amidst this ongoing power drama, or should they just pause and expect that later?
Well, it's possible. It's possible if the governor, that is Sim Fubara, will bring back that confidence that people had on him before. I think he needs to play a smart and strategic card this time around, because he needs to lay it on the table how much they budgeted before, how much was in the state's pause before he was suspended, and how much the IBAC spent, you understand, and then let everybody know, make it public how much is left in the pause. I mean, he should be accountable and transparent in anything and everything he's doing. If he's taking up any project that has been in hiatus for that 6 months that he was in suspension, then he should take it up with transparency. This is how much I have in the pause right now, and this is what I am using it to do. I think by doing that, he can
will be able to regain public trust.
Yes, trust.
Now, another question that has been on the lips of many is the fact that most Rivers elites have been quiet in this matter. Do you think this is out of fear or compliance, Mr. Maxwell?
It's not out of fear. No, it's not out of compliance. If you say out of fear, I may say so, because the Bola Tinubu-led administration has found a way to suppress opposition voices. The Bola Tinubu administration have found a way to throw us into a one-party state. We've seen all the campaigns that have been going on over time since he became president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We've seen how far that they try to ensure that other opposition political parties have one each or the other that they are battling. We saw the one with PDP, we saw that with Labour Party, we are still seeing it with ADC. Many others. This is as a result of the high-handedness which this APC have tried to put everyone in, or opposition voices. So many of these people are scared as to where to pitch their tent to. And they are not really my concern, because they are more political than they care about the people. But the person who is in the midst of it is Wike, which possibly many people have failed to mention his name. We must recognize that even Wike as a person, we don't even know where he belongs anymore. We don't know if it's PDP or
APC.
So everyone is trying to be careful. Whatever party he belongs to, nobody knows. So everybody is trying to be careful in order not to offend, because Wike has become the proverbial last born who goes crying to his mom every time that something happens to his mom.
Yeah, oh wow.
The entire Rivers people. So It's a problem, and I think that the chieftains in Rivers State and other leaders and political stalwarts will speak up against this injustice and abuse on our democracy.
All right, and we really want to see that happen in our democracy. Now, we are still talking about what's happening, and with everything that has happened, you mentioned the fact that it was unlawful and unconstitutional. So do you think that our judiciary is compromised, or is there still hope that they are capable of resolving this issue?
I would say that our judiciary in some way has a way of playing into the hands of these people.
Yeah.
So most times this has played out so many times whereby the judiciary is supposed to be the last hope of a common man, but then again, when it gets to that stage and you keep asking, when will it get better? So I think there's a way these things pan around them, and they have a way of manipulating everything. So I just feel that for Fubara, I think he should, as he has assumed office, I think he should carry on with his duties and also look for a way to also make the River State people believe in him again by project or something like that. But I think the constitution and you know, furthering the whole thing, I think it's just, it will not amount to anything.
All right. Now, I still have another question. Is it over? With the political wars that we are seeing between Wike, Fubara, do we think that they have arrived at a consensus, or is there still a political war that might erupt anytime?
There's possibility of, you know, more wars erupting, because this time around, I think all directives will now be coming from Abuja, because everything started as, you know, a conflict, and the emergency happened, and it was one person that made the emergency happen, and it was one person that is still it's one person that is still deciding when Fubara should return. So most definitely, yes, things will not really go back to, you know, normalcy. It's not the end of it. We know that there will still, you know, be more. But I think, like I said before, Fubara should focus on, you know, those projects that were left unattended to. He should focus on regaining the citizens' trust once again. I believe this time around, let it be the fight of, you know, the citizens and Wike. Let it not be the fight between Fubara and Wike this time around. Let the citizens stand solidly by him. So it is him that, you know, will prove himself to the citizens this time around.
All right, and we're looking forward to that at the end of the day, because we cannot afford for a state such as Rivers to constantly be in this chaotic situation where they're having these battles left, right, center. Now, still moving to another state down east, we are in Anambra State, where they say the state government wants to build a second airport and industrial park. Now, what's your initial reaction when you saw this, Ifoma?
Well, I was like, whoa, congratulations. I mean, there's someone I know that is from that place.
Yeah, I was really excited as well.
According to her, she said, I mean, that place has been, you know, secluded for quite a long while right now. So them bringing this initiative, it is beautiful. It's going to be massive. But if well or properly structured, if there is feasibility studies. But I am seeing in the news that, I mean, they've even employed, you know, geologists and the rest of them to, you know, decide the flyable locations where, you know, this can be, you know, mounted. I was happy to see this. But at the same time, apart from being happy, I know I'm always finding the fun.
It's all right. It's all right.
Apart from that, I think there are pressing issues in Anambra State. I don't think this idea should be something that, you know, the project they should take up right now. There is serious insecurity issue. I think I saw in the news about is it court killings or the rest of them this morning. We discussed, was it 2 days ago, about something, a case like that, insecurity. That's so. I think probably maybe the governor should focus on those areas.
Insecurity.
Yes.
As
Let
opposed
him
to
nip it to the board. Let him focus on that particular one. Maybe some other time, you know, development like that could come, in as much as I understand what they are trying to do, speed development, you know, attract investments and the rest of them is beautiful. But at the same time, I mean, you should also, you know, like I said, feasibility study, is this the demand of the people? The people in the community might welcome the idea. At the long run, just like you know, do say their airport became a white, you know, elephant project because it was not properly managed, it was politicized. So if it is the demand of the people, businesses and the rest of them, if it will attract investment, then they should go ahead with it. Me, I don't have any issue.
All right, I like that you said that the Duse airport became a white elephant, because I want to ask this question to Mr. Maxwell now. Is this industrial park, do you think it is actually tailored for job creation and for the betterment of Anambra, or just political contract the current governor?
Airports are not a means of, are not proper means of job creation. So we have deficit in Nigeria as to jobs available, and in ratio to the youth we have available. Anambra State is not an exclusion. And when you talk about industrialization, in Nigeria, over 80% of our roads are in deplorable state.
Yes.
80% of our roads. And you ask yourself, in a city as Anambra State, where the people are naturally businessmen, owning a lot of businesses within the state, there are no good roads, state roads, federal roads, just a few inter-community roads that are okay, many of which were done by a few individuals. But the truth is, we should be looking at solving the unemployment problem properly, not by creation of airports. How many people flying into Anambra State? How many people are flying out of Anambra State? So if you don't have a seaport close to Anambra State that the Anambra State people can use as a means of helping their businesses in terms of bringing in goods, and then they have to go through Lagos, there will be a problem if you don't have a proper rail system across the southeast. This has to be on one table talking about of a proper rail system that assists the entire region. Anambra State should not be talking, not the priority. They have a poor number since, in fact, since the last governor left there, since Obiano left there, even during the time coming out of education, they've had poor numbers coming out of healthcare. So they need to look inward and fix these problems. Airport is not the priority. It's not a problem for Anambra State people. So it's not one that money building structures does not mean we should commend them. They should look at what is of pressing need to the people of Anambra State and set their scale of preferences right.
Now I'm going to come over to you, Ms. Chiamaka. We've already heard what's going on, and I wanted to get your take because there was something you said initially before we went live, and I want you to let us know what exactly is happening. Is the state government approving this project? What is going on?
Okay. This very news is false. Yes, it's a rumor. So the government has debunked. So there is no any second airport coming soon, but Governor Charles Chukwuma is still keen on developing Anambra State and also making Anambra State a better place.
So in which ways? In which ways? So I need you to explain to us what exactly led outlet. So
I would say something like, most times when we I think the media and the news outlets should always verify their news. So most times when you see something that looks like something, it's not really what it is. Maybe there's a tour around somewhere and people already speculating like, okay, it's an airport, look at what they did and all that. But I think they should verify their news before it goes out to the public.
Okay.
So that's a very, it's fallacy. It's not.
Okay, so it's not
according
true.
to what you say, it's kind of maybe speculation. There might be something like that coming up for Anambra.
Because according to what I'm seeing here, they are saying that that there is a possibility, right, that they might integrate the 1,000-hectare Anambra mixed-use industrial city, that's AMIC, a pharmaceutical hub. These are the things that they are looking to actually create in a pharmaceutical hub, and a new global standard urban city with innovation centers, education and medical facilities. All of that's good stuff and stuff. But I'm just saying now, if this is this, what exactly are they now doing? We are hearing about the AMIC, that is the Anambra Mixed Use Industrial City. What is that all about, and what benefit is it for the Anambra?
First of all, it's still in line with the governor's vision for a mega city. So governor's vision for a mega city is trying to develop Anambra beyond what it has been. So now Mr. Governor has flagged off the construction of 22 smart schools in Anambra State.
But it's
like
it's
Enugu
the same
State.
thing with other states.
Enugu State.
Yeah, even at yes, it's the same thing. Even at that, but then again, this has not been done in Anambra before.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is more like it's universal. You get in Nigeria.
We must
almost
start
all the
somewhere.
states.
We must start
It's not really for me. It's not really like.
No, I just want to understand if they are
like
saying
that,
this is false.
like
No, I
that.
want you to continue. Like, you are saying something now. You're saying they want to start this 22 smart schools,
Yes.
and explain to us.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tell you that the governor is keen on making an ongoing. Now the construction of the innovation district, the solution innovation district, is ongoing for techies, people that love techs. In Anambra State, we don't have such things. In Anambra State, we do normal, we go to school, we come back and all that. But Governor Charles Chukwuma is trying to make sure that even our children will have a place to go to in Anambra State and say, I want to learn tech,
All right.
I want to do AI. And these are the things that are going up, and so many countries are keen into it. To be left out.
But so what is the deadline for these projects?
Okay, for the innovation district, the deadline should be around ending of this year.
Okay.
For the building to be completed, then the furnishing and other things will carry on and all that.
So
and then again, they already started. It's not like the building is to expand these.
Okay, there's already an existing building. They just want to expand. Okay, I understand.
So there's already a building innovation district where our children go to learn AI, learn everything about technology.
Is it free?
Yes, totally free. Totally
I
free.
want to say
these are things that people.
No, I want
pay.
her to talk. Let her tell us
These
these
are
things.
things that people pay for
All right.
in other states. But
To be
here,
honest,
yes,
yeah.
but here it's free. It's total free of charge. You come
In
even
Agwoka.
Yes, even the secondary school and the primary school children, once the school is out of section, they come there to do their teen innovation district program.
Okay.
So they also learn from, it's more like catching them young. So they're also learning from the younger stage to a full-grown adult, and they become experts in these things.
Before they get to a certain age. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Me,
All right,
I want to say
Ifeoma.
something.
Okay.
So I'm like, it seems you are a strong, and staunch supporter of, Soludo administration. I can see that with the way you, talk about him, praise him,
Because
and the rest
I
of
see
them.
what he's
But I
doing.
want to ask something,
Okay.
Ms. Chamaka. Soludo is doing all these things. You want to catch them young and the rest of them. And I'm like, is he building all these facilities or the rest of them, and there is no provision for people to be secured or have in mind that I am safe, and when I step out of my house I am coming back whole to do this about?
Okay.
Because it's still the same insecurity that we are talking about. I feel like I am not against him, you know.
No, I understand where you're
I'm
coming
not
from.
against him developing Anambra State.
Yeah.
But insecurity has been eating deeply into Anambra State.
And he's
why is he not doing something?
No, he's actually he's actually
tackling why
let her answer.
No,
All right,
he's actually tackling the insecurity in Anambra State with so many things going on now. And like you said, we discussed the last time about what happened and the measures that was taken.
The Agune Chamber
Another one
situation
happened,
and
yes, but this one you're talking about, I think is a I don't know, cutlass or something like that. I don't know. I'm not very sure. But then again, I think I believe that Mr. Governor is working. Nobody is happy to be on that seat, and the citizens are complaining about one thing or the other regarding insecurity. So I think he's working tired. And like I told you the last time, why was Agune Chamber created? It's because of this insecurity. So he's actually tackling it, and you don't expect him to create another outfit, because we are trying to use this Agune Chamber now to tackle some community insecurity and all that. So I think he's really working.
All right.
Before
we do it here, Mr. Maxwell must be wondering what's happening. Mr. Maxwell, just to wrap things up, generally, you spoke about the fact that having a second airport is not really supposed to be the top of our priority for Anambra State. And I'm asking now, if you were, in your personal opinion, you've mentioned the fact that there are so many roads in Anambra State that needs attention, serious, urgent attention. What other things would you be impressed to see the Anambra State government right now, carry out?
Now, I would like to say categorically that I had the other analyst on the show, what she was trying to say, but I would say that what you may think is a debunk of that news is not actually it. I don't know if you've been able to read the press release that they put out there saying that they were debunking it. Now, in the plan of the army, which is talking about, which is the Anambra State mega industrial city or mixed industrial city construction project or whatever they are doing, there are plans for transport system. And in the plans of that transport system, airport is one of it, and rail is one of it. So if you come out to debunk that you are not building a second airport, but you have an AMIC plan, and in that plan, there are transport systems which involve another airport, are you indeed debunking it? Because I was privileged to read it, so, and I will ask her to go and read it. And I'm not in the business of praising politicians, especially with the ones I've seen, the crop of politicians. For a person like Soludo is more interested in politicking than actually governing the people of Anambra State. Like I said, they've had recent shortfall in education. Anambra State has had recent shortfall in health. So there are things to look inward and work upon. It's not a mixing. The problem is when the state governors come, they create some sort of city. We saw that with Anambra State, with Abia State. We saw it with Imo State. And you ask yourself, how many years on, nothing has been done. Just keep budgeting funds for it, and nothing. Remember that Eimba City was proposed in Abia State by previous administration. In fact, the current administration also went ahead to suggest that they were going to look into it. So the thing is, we have pressing issues that we need to tackle. A lot of people are not being paid in Anambra State. So these are things that they should also look at doing. Anambra State Governor Soludo has been more interested in fighting national politics, looking for who is in the IBTC, who is in the Labour Party, than actually governing the people and giving them the sense of democracy. If they have not vehemently debunked it, because I don't see it as one, I think there is still a project in the pipeline. And for these guys, I know that they come out to say that they are not going to do, but we end up seeing them doing it. But they should look inward and actually look for what will benefit the people more than just airports. And like I said, if they are liaising with other eastern state governors as to rail system. The East needs rail system. I'm from the East. So these are pressing issues. We are talking about insecurity. You know very much that insecurity has become a problem in Anambra State, and it wasn't so
before.
So if he cannot liaise, he has a good relationship with Bola Tinubu with the APC at the same time. If he cannot use that relationship to
so he has a good relationship
with another person, then I don't think that he is interested in the people.
All right, thank you, Mr. Maxwell. There's something he said that was quite funny. He said he has a good relationship with the APC and ADC, and that was actually funny. Anyways, we've heard from both sides, so there's a speculation: is this going to happen? The second Anambra airport, is there a possibility it's going to happen, or it's not going to happen? I think time will tell at the long run. We'll all be here to see this unfold, and I want our viewers to also keep tabs with everything that is going on in not just Anambra State, but the entirety of the 36 states in Nigeria. Thank you, Ms. Chiabaka, for joining us today. A lovely conversation as usual.
Thank you very much.
And to Ifoma Oji, as usual.
Always.
You know the usual. And to our analyst, Mr. Maxwell Ukoma, thank you again for doing this with us this evening. Now to our VVIP viewers, thank you for doing this with us, for your comments, your likes, and your shares. Continue to do so. If you have not followed us across all social media platforms, what are you waiting for? Find us across all social media at Active Citizens and click on the subscribe button right away. You can find me on my personal social media page at Sharon Enemchukwu. And Ifoma,
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Misselex.
Mr. Maxwell. Mr. Maxwell, are you still there? All right. Anyways, till we see you next weekend for Morning Pulse, do have a great weekend.